Hello, everyone. Today, we will explain a 2024 action, adventurous, and fantasy film directed by Adam Wingard, Godzilla and Kong, The New Empire. So, let's dive into the video. The movie begins at the Hollow Earth, where we see Kong fighting with some creatures. After the fight, he brings those creatures to eat, but he can't eat them because of the pain in his teeth. After that scene, we see Dr. Andrew, who tells us that they only know about Hollow Earth less than 5%, and Kong in the Hollow World finds his family. But he will never find them. And about Godzilla, he lives on the surface and finds battles that are hard for humankind to find. At Rome, we see a giant creature, Godzilla, come up, and with his atomic breath, he kills that creature instantly. Then Godzilla goes to the Colosseum to rest. After that, they received some unusual shock wave readings on the system at the Monarch outpost. Then, immediately, they inform the director of Monarch, Hampton, about this. Hampton informs Dr. Andrew about all the activities happening in Hollow Earth. Meanwhile, we also see a girl named Jia, who is the adopted daughter of Dr. Andrew. Jia cannot hear or speak, so she communicates in sign language. Jia suddenly gets visions, and Jia starts making very strange drawings. Now, her teacher also notices this, and after the class, she shows those drawings to Dr. Andrew. While looking at Jia's drawing, she realizes that this drawing looks like the same shockwave pattern that they got from the Hollow Earth. After learning this, Dr. Andrew understands that something wrong will happen. Meanwhile, Jia has a bad dream, and she gets very scared and tells her mother about it. Dr. Andrew comes to Miami City and meets Bernie. He knows well about the shockwave. The report and Jia's drawing are shown to him. After seeing this, Bernie also understands that something is going wrong in Hollow Earth, so he agrees to help Dr. Andrew. Still, due to these shock waves, Godzilla wakes up again. Andrew also receives the same message, so Andrew sets out with Bernie to come to Hollow Earth. At the same time, Kong hears all these signals, so he comes to Earth through the Monarch access portal. Kong was in a terrible condition due to his toothache. Monarch's people make Kong unconscious and bring him to a doctor named Trapper. He starts inspecting Kong and discovers that one of his teeth is damaged. So, Trapper removes his tooth and puts a new artificial tooth in its place. We see Dr. Andrew, who is with Bernie, and Bernie tells him that the shock waves that you are getting, we have seen similar shock waves before as well. Each pattern is a kind of signal that shows the movement of a Titan. In 1993, before the first fight of all Titans King Ghetto with Godzilla, we had received similar shock waves to indicate the danger while searching for Skull Island. Similar shock waves had come before the storm. The shock waves we are receiving now are some kind of signal that Godzilla can also feel, and someone in Hollow Earth is releasing this signal. After knowing all this, Dr. Andrew tells Director Hampton about it. Due to this, their government wants to take over Hollow Earth's operation, so Hampton permits Dr. Andrew and his team to go to Hollow Earth. Jia says someone calls me to Hollow Earth, so I must come with you, and Andrew agrees. After this, Dr. Andrew, Dr. Trapper, Jia, Bernie, and a soldier named Michael go to Hollow Earth through the portal. Now Kong also leaves for his home, Hollow Earth. On the other hand, for these waves, Godzilla was changing himself. He attacked a nuclear plant, destroyed it, and absorbed all the radiation emitted from the plant. Meanwhile, Dr. Andrew and the rest of the people come to the Hollow Earth base, but it is destroyed. Then they see a handprint on the big wall in front, which means another giant Titan attacked here. They also get the footage from the camera there. They then use it and go out to follow the same signal. On the other hand, when Kong returns to his home, he sees a massive crater. He takes his weapon, which is a very big axe that he had got from his ancestors. It has all the power of Hollow Earth. After this, he sees the crater and reaches Subterranean Realm, a completely different world in Hollow Earth. He was looking around here when he saw a little ape named Suko. 3 more apes were there, and, thinking Kong was a threat, they attacked him. Still, Kong fought with them and defeated them as well after Kong told him to take him to his tribe. Now Suko also agrees, and they both move ahead. At the same place, Dr. Andrew's ship gets out of control. That's why they land at a place where these signals are supposedly coming from. So they start moving, but Dr. Trapper asks everyone to retreat. Michael does not listen to him and starts moving ahead, but then a tree attacks him and swallows him alive, causing everyone to run away from there. Now, after going a little further, they notice some marks. Jia says that these marks were made by the people of the Iwi clan, which are thousands of years old. Then they see an ancient temple where they see the mark of a Titan named Mothra, the queen of all the Titans of Hollow Earth. Meanwhile, Jia puts her hand on a stone. Suddenly, water starts rising in the gutters, which flow in one direction. They all move forward in the same direction, reaching the front of a portal. After going inside, they find a completely different world. Seeing this, Dr. Andrew feels this is the same place where she gets signals. On the other side, Tsuko intentionally brings Kong to a lake. Both of them start drinking water there, but then a snake-like monster comes and attacks Kong. Seeing this, he runs away from there. Kong kills that monster with his axe, and then he catches back the escaped Tsuko, after which, despite Tsuko's reluctance, he starts taking Kong to his clan. Then, both of them reach a place to rest, and Kong gives the snake to Tsuko to eat. In this way, Tsuko and Kong become friends. Here on Earth, Godzilla goes to the Arctic Ocean and kills another Titan monster by taking it out of the ocean, after which he goes to Tiamat Cave and absorbs all the energy of the electromagnetic solar wind from there, due to which he becomes more charged and powerful than before. At Hollow Earth, after they come out, suddenly, some people from a tribe catch them. Now, Dr. Andrew's team is completely surprised. Now they catch all these people and bring them to their homes. Many portals on the top opened in different places on Earth. The people of this tribe used to talk to each other through telepathy, that is, they could directly read people's minds. Jia is also one of them, and then at this place, the queen of this tribe comes out. She calls Jia to her and holds her hand, from which she comes to know about Jia's whole past. How she used to live on Kong Island, and after her parents died, Andrew adopted her. After knowing all this, the queen asks them to leave, after which Andrew takes them inside an old temple, where there is a vast salacious thing on top. By activating this thing, the people of this tribe were sending shock waves, signals. Actually they were sending this signal to wake up Godzilla so that he could help them. The tribe's people bring them to another place, and here Dr. Andrew reads these messages and tells that the great apes used to protect the humans, i.e., Kong's ancestor. But there was also an evil ape named Scar King who wanted to capture the whole Earth, so he made all the apes fight with Godzilla's species so that the most powerful titans could be killed. But in this fight, Godzilla's ancestor had imprisoned all the apes and Scar King at one place in Hollow Earth. Tsuko finally brings Kong to his clan, and many apes work like slaves. Scar comes out of the cave. He directly attacks him, and a fight begins between the two, but Kong starts overpowering him. Scar King brings out one of his secret weapons. The ancient titan Shimo attacks Kong with ice breath. Kong stops it with his axe, but Kong's hand freezes like ice. Now, it starts overpowering Kong, so to save Kong, Tsuko shows Kong the way out. Scar King sends some of his apes to chase him, and those apes trap Kong at a place and are about to attack him. Tsuko drops some stones from above, which kill all the apes, and Kong's life is saved, but he gets badly injured because his hand freezes. Kong realizes that Jia is coming back here, so he goes to her tribe. Meanwhile, Dr. Andrew starts reading that according to the prophecy, Scar King will attack Earth again. Only Godzilla can save everyone from the danger of Shimo. Still, Godzilla himself will not come to Hollow Earth to bring him here. All of them will have to awaken Mothra. According to this prophecy, only a person from the Skull Island clan can awaken Mothra, which means only Jia can awaken her. Dr. Andrew and his team are enjoying themselves here. In the meantime, Kong comes there searching for Jia, and he tells Jia what happened to him. After seeing him in injured condition, Dr. Trapper starts checking him. He says that in such a condition, he will not be able to survive even for a day. There was no communication with Earth as well. Still, Dr. Andrew remembers that a few years ago, she started a project here to make the robot Titan and made large robotic hands and body parts. Trapper goes to base and finds all these robotic arms and body parts, which he brings back by plane. After that, he makes Kong unconscious and puts the robotic arm in his frozen hand, and also gives him some heavy injections so that he recovers quickly. However, Scar King has some apes who chase Kong. Those apes tell the whole truth to Scar King, and after that, Scar King comes with Shimo and his entire army to attack the tribe. When Tsuko learns about this, he immediately tells Kong about this attack, but Kong knows that he cannot fight Scar King and Shimo alone. He will need the help of Godzilla. That's why I went through the portal. He directly comes to the city of Cairo in Egypt. In Hollow Earth, we see that the people of this tribe perform a ritual, which is why Mothra wakes up. So, here we see Godzilla wake up and get very angry that Kong has returned to Earth. Now, he ignites his whole body. And when he is about to attack Kong with an atomic breath, a loud scream is heard from the portal. Jia and the Queen appear to Mothra and tell him everything that will happen, so Godzilla, Kong, and Mothra leave to get Hollow Earth. The people of Hollow Earth preparing for the war. We see Scar King moving directly toward the portal with his entire army, and he, first of all, stops those two pyramids from joining with Shimo's ice breath. Then Godzilla and Kong reach there and start fighting with the entire army. Still, in the meantime, those two pyramids also join together due to the breaking of the ice, and the whole place gets engulfed in an anti-gravity shock wave. Due to this, everyone starts flying in the air. Mothra and Zuko are fighting with this army, Godzilla and Kong. Still, slowly, the effect of the shockwave starts to wear off, and everyone starts falling back to the ground. Still, in the meantime, Scar King goes inside the portal with Shimo, followed by Godzilla and King, but Kong's axe is left outside the portal. Still, Zuko gets that axe and goes inside the portal with it. Upon coming out of the portal, all four reach the city of Rio de Janeiro. With the help of Shimo's ice breath, the surrounding area starts freezing, and soon everything turns into ice. Godzilla and Kong also arrive there. Kong attacks Scar King with his robotic hand and breaks his teeth. At the same time, Godzilla stops Shimo with his atomic breath, after which Godzilla separates the crystal with Scar King's weapon, which he uses to control Shimo. Then Zuko comes there and breaks that crystal with the help of an axe. Now, Shimo comes out of Scar King's control, after which Godzilla orders Shimo to attack Scar King. Shimo freezes Scar King directly in ice with her breath, and then Kong comes there and kills him with his axe. After this, Godzilla destroys all the ice clouds that form in the sky with his breath, and this is how the fight ends. So here in Hollow Earth, we see Dr. Andrew. She tells her that if you want to stay here, you can, but Jia says you are my mother. And I want to be with you. While Mothra uses her power to repair the gates of the tribe's portal, Godzilla comes back to Earth and sleeps in the Colosseum. Kong has become the new leader of the Scar King's tribe and has finally found his own family, and this is where the story ends. If you like this video, do like, share, and subscribe. Let us know your opinion in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon.